Hey, this is Jeff, and welcome back to the Fallout New Vegas All Skills 100 Dash. It's time to hit the Lonesome Road. While Old World Blues is my favorite DLC for any Fallout game, Lonesome Road is pretty high on my list too. But this is a challenge run, not a complete walkthrough, so kind of like Old World Blues, I'm going to take a speedrun approach and edit it down to the parts where we find skill books or level up. Or, anytime I die, because that will probably happen a few times. A quick update before we really get into it. I added a new column to my planning spreadsheet. It calculates level up points remaining for each skill, accounting for books, perks, and attribute increases. For example, right now our survival skill is 71, 29 points left before it hits 100, but there's one copy of the Wasteland Survival Guide we haven't found yet, and another rank of intense training in the Endurance Implant will give us 4 more, so we can only put 21 more points into it when we level up. Now, here's my first dilemma. You need Eddie to unlock various consoles to advance through the DLC, but he counts as a companion, and unlike Fallout 3, you get XP for companion kills in New Vegas. So in the Fallout 3 run, I could let Carone and Dogmeat protect me in dangerous areas, but here I'm going to try to go it alone as much as possible. Wait here. He does automatically catch up at certain checkpoints, so hopefully we won't have to do any backtracking when we need him to make progress. Which, actually, we do right now. Sorry. The first book is right here in the Hopeville missile silo, to the left of the stairs when you first enter the room with the missile. Okay, the good news is I got the security codes out of the commander's desk, and the sentry bots lost me. The bad news is, when I turn on the power, it releases 3 more, which means there'll be 5 or 6 of them running around. The additional 3 come from those side rooms right there, so hopefully I'll be gone before they get around the corner. You can hack a terminal to preemptively disable them, but I don't want the XP. And where's the one in the silo? I don't see it.
Alert. Non-combatant safety cannot be
Well,
guaranteed.
so much for that. Get over here and get it turned on.
All systems within acceptable operating.
First aid kit. Probably be needing that soon. Oh, there's Eddie. Good. Like I said, he catches up automatically at checkpoints where you need him to advance. He isn't going to give me many unwanted XP against 5 security bots, but he might provide a bit of a distraction. He's marked as essential, so he can't die, fortunately. Oh, right, he just unlocked it. I have to activate it, duh. Open the bunker door. And run away! Unlock faster, thank you. Don't mind me. Yeah, the damage threshold on the Vault 34 security armor makes rapid-fire weapons with high DPS but low damage per shot like those turrets more of a nuisance than a threat.
There's your signal. Faint, but there. I don't care if you walk the divide. Turn, walk the Mojave. Fight beneath the flags. But you will wonder. That machine, robot with you, can help you find the warheads you need to destroy. And their trigger, the detonator. They'll lead you to your home one more time. Lead to the ending of it. Maybe remind you why you wander.
Long story short, guy with a great voice has a history with me that I don't remember, and he hacked the robot to communicate with me. And Eddie, wait here. Oh, you're technically still waiting. Good, I don't have to do that every time. There are 3 books in Hopeville, but one of them we can't get until we have the laser detonator. We'll start with the Armory. You have to hack a hard terminal to get in. There is a password, but it's in a hard-locked safe in the base HQ, so either way it's unavoidable XP. We need the detonator to set off that warhead right there to clear the entrance to the women's barracks. Unfortunately, what I was saying about my damage threshold doesn't apply to enemies with slow-firing, high-damage weapons, and a lot of the marked men have sniper rifles, rocket launchers, brutal melee weapons, so yeah. And I'm in caution already. Great. The Armory is the second Quonset hut on the left with the terminal beside the door. And running affects detection, so maybe if I slow down... That did it. And I guess unlocking that map marker pushed me into level 12. I want all the sneak I can get, and we can afford 9 more points. And we'll put the rest in energy weapons for when that inevitably goes wrong. And for the perk, we'll take another rank of intense training and put it in endurance. That's now a natural 7, so we can get the last implant. And here we are at the Armory. You can also just pick the lock on the door, but that's very hard. So more XP, and I can't do it anyway. The book is here under this desk. And this is a pattern in Lonesome Road. The books are really well hidden. So without the wiki or a strategy guide, you would never find them all. The next one is in the men's barracks, which is full of marked men. It's close quarters, and I don't know if I can stay hidden, so things are probably about to get hectic. The book should be in the bathroom under an overturned crate. Yeah, there's no point trying to sneak in here. Laser with a beam splitter isn't a problem. Well, there's the book. A fire axe and a bumper sword, that's a problem. Oh, once they knock you down, it's over. Okay, I reloaded my last save, made a quick trip back to Big Mountain, used the auto dock, got my armor repaired to full condition, and we might as well get the last implant before we go back. And Dr. Usanagi isn't doing anything weird. A fell omen.
You're back. Do you need medical attention?
Increase my endurance.
The nociception regulator modifies your cardiovascular system, and you won't tire as quickly. The price is 4,000 caps, same as most other implants.
Here you go.
Have a seat in the auto dock.
And we're back. Now we can fast travel back to Hopeville. Here's a thing I've always found a little bit strange. Apparently I still have a custom marker set. Get rid of that. Anyway, you enter the Lonesome Road world space here on the eastern edge, which makes sense because you come from the western edge of the Mojave map. But you exit the silo, which just isn't that big, all the way on the western edge of the map. The titular Lonesome Road takes you east, turns west again at Ashton until you reach the end here. My guess is the silo entrance was originally somewhere close to the silo exit. They had the whole thing done, and the way it reveals the horrors of the divide and the courier's role in it step by step was a thing of beauty. They enabled the portal to the base game, and the first tester goes, "Hey, the Canyon wreckage is on the left side of the Mojave map. Shouldn't I come out on the right side of this map?" Awkward silence. And then a developer says, "Yeah, good catch. I'll move it over there." Anyway, back to Hopeville. We were in caution during this stretch last time. Just need to get past hidden. Straight to danger. Gonna duck into the armory so I don't get swarmed from all sides. Take cover behind the counter. Any more? No? Alright, I'm going to drop a save and run across the street. Alright, we know stealth isn't going to fly in the barracks, so let's try speed. Don't care. Book. Out of the way. You too. Look, I get it. If I went to the bathroom, sat down, and my book was gone, I wouldn't be happy either. Anyway, the next book is in the base HQ, up on the hill there. And since stealth is off the table, we're just going to run in and grab it. It should be on a shelf immediately to the right of the entrance. There's at least one sniper in the ruins on the left, but we'll be inside before he gets a bead on us. Or not. Excuse me, I just want to borrow a book. Did I get it? Tumblers today. That's from the barracks. Should be a Nikola Tesla. And I did not. Great. Well, if you're out here, it should make it easier to grab the book. Or not. Okay, got it. Now, let's grab the laser detonator so we can move on when things calm down. Go by the roof. We don't have to unlock the gate. Let's just make absolutely sure. You have got to be kidding me. Well, third time's the charm, I guess. It'll take them a few seconds to get back down, so we won't be as pressured this time. There it is. I picked up literally every book on the shelf except the right one. Alright, I'm going to see if I can use the terrain to get a few of them off my back before I get the detonator. Or get stuck on it myself. I'm hoping I can lure them up here to this side street past the women's barracks. Not here. Here. That gate is locked, so... well, not what I intended, but close enough. Any more? Give them a second. They'll have a hard time getting back out. Well, it was at least one. Okay, backup plan for the backup plan. My damage threshold is a lot better than theirs, so if I can lure them into the silo, the turrets will hurt them a lot worse than they'll hurt me. Perfect world, they'll get distracted and start fighting the silo defenses, and I can make a break for it. If I can get in. Are they gonna... tough guy perk. Now the sentry bots are here. Nope. Out, out, out. And I'm out of stim packs. Well, so much for that idea. Ooh, the sentry bot came outside. All is not lost. Do I have any healing items? MREs. I rarely use Med-X, but if there was ever a time to risk it, now's the time. Doctor's bag to heal my crippled... whatever's crippled. Oh, I have a super stim pack. Excellent. We're gonna get through this. The silo plan kind of worked, even if it wasn't exactly how I thought. They won't be able to follow me onto the roof. They can still shoot me, though. Okay, let's go get the detonator. Once I'm out of their line of sight, the guys with guns won't be able to shoot me. All the obstacles between here and there should let me put enough distance between us that I can hide and get back into caution. Over here. Find a little bit of cover. There are a couple over there, but they haven't made it onto the roof yet. Alright, I think that worked. Now, the problem is that once you drop into the next area, you can only get out by setting off one of the warheads to clear some rubble, but the game spawns in huge waves of enemies to ambush you when you pick up the detonator. Well, so much for stealth. Let's just grab it and go. There's a little alley behind this row of buildings, and once we have it, we can jump down and the enemies won't follow us. I mean, they will, but they won't make the jump. They'll go around the long way. Come on, grab it. Why am I still in third person? Got it. That should buy us a few seconds. Still in danger, no sense crouching. Slip through here and set off the warhead. If we get lucky, it might even take a few of them out when it goes off. Might also take out me when it goes off. Do I have a doctor's bag? Last one. And I have nothing left that heals. I think it's time for a stealth boy. I know I already checked, but maybe I missed something. Psycho. Why not? But nothing that heals. Caution. They're all searching the area where I stole the detonator, which might work in my favor. The warhead doesn't just clear the way forward, it also opens up a shortcut back to the street with the Armory. Now there's one guy down here now. Keep some rubble between me and him, and we might be able to stay hidden. The effect when Med-X wears off is not helpful. Well, at least I didn't get addicted. Ring around the rosy. What did your buddy have? Dirty water? I'll take it. Nail gun might come in handy too. Shish kebab not so much, but it's worth good money, and if I make it out of here, I'll need some. Drink that dirty water. No, 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 other way. These are not the droids you're looking for. Hidden. Don't count your chickens before they hatch, but if I can get far enough away to fast travel. Alright, I'm clear except for this one guy. There he is. Oh, he spotted me. Well, either way, you gotta go. Just as the stealth boy wears off. Textbook. Back to Big Mountain. And we're back. I sold enough loot to buy all the stim packs the Central Intelligence Unit had, which was 15. No auto-inject stim packs or doctor's bags, but I still have 1 dose of Hydra as a last resort for crippled limbs. I did keep the nail gun. The strength requirement is only 2, but that's not why. It has low damage per shot, but an extremely high rate of fire, so it just shreds unarmored enemies. But you might expect it to be pretty much useless against anything with a decent damage threshold, and you'd be right, except it doubles your chance of a critical hit and does double damage to limbs, and crippling a limb staggers an enemy. With a luck of 10, if I get jammed up in close quarters, I can basically use this thing like a taser. Probably not kill them, which is exactly what I want to avoid the XP, but interrupt their attacks long enough to get clear. So, let's fast travel to Hopeville, get the book from the women's barracks, and then we'll talk about the Marked Men camp. 3 sentry bots. They had to thin out the Marked Men, and the silo should be comparatively safe now if they're out here dead. Get out the detonator. If there are any Marked Men around, this might draw some attention. Don't see any red on the map. Re-equip Q35. Oh, 1 guy over toward the headquarters. Uh-huh. I hear something. Yeah, Lonesome Road does this a lot. It spawns in enemies when you do certain things or enter certain areas. I assume to keep Eddie's enhanced sensors perk from being overpowered. It's kind of hard to stage an ambush when even players who invested nothing in perception can see red ticks on their compass a mile away. And I do not want these guys chasing me outside and alerting the rest, so I guess we're going to have to kill them, XP or no XP. $500 XP? Oh, that was for the challenge, not for just killing them. Yeah, I forgot you get XP for those. You know, kill 1,000 mutated insects or pass 100 speech checks or whatever. MREs, take those for an emergency. Like I said, a lot of the books in Lonesome Road are really well hidden. Under this ruined book, Grognak the Barbarian. Now, the next book is in the Marked Men camp. If I can, I'm going to sneak through and detonate 2 warheads blocking our way to the collapsed overpass first. I doubt we can grab the book without being detected, and being able to make a straight run to the exit would be a lot better than having Marked Men wail on me while I try to clear obstacles. One down. Flares. I guess both was too much to ask. Well, let the wailing begin. The book is in the cellar of the shop on the end here. The door is right here. Hello. No stim packs. Anybody else? Reload just in case. The book should be in the back corner. Tales of a Junktown jerky vendor. Not as well hidden as some of the others, except the entrance to the cannibal butcher shop itself is easy to miss. Detonate faster. Ow. Ow. I kind of assumed these cars would all go up at once or I wouldn't have run into a chain reaction. Anyway, once we're in here, they should stop chasing us. Eddie? You gonna... No? I think he usually plays you one of his recordings right there, which is why he rubber banded to us, but maybe he can't because the game thinks we're still in combat. And I think we're missing a scripted scene that introduces tunnelers. There's a Deathclaw in here, and then a tunneler pops out and kills it to establish that tunnelers are really dangerous. Fortunately, the one that kills the Deathclaw isn't initially hostile to the player to make sure it doesn't attack you instead of the Deathclaw. And more good news, even though tunnelers come up through the ground so you can't see them on your compass ahead of time, the emergence animation takes a few seconds, so you have time to avoid them. That one was green on the compass because it's the one that killed the Deathclaw, I think. And there it went back underground. From here on out, they'll all be hostile. Or not. Maybe it's the same one. Well, our usual strategy is in effect. Sneak until we're in danger. Well, and there we go. Gun it. I guess the game's being nice when it introduces them, because there's another section like this later that can be a bit harrowing. We're almost to the exit, which means there's a book nearby. Apparently their attacks have a chance of knockdown. Anyway, behind the sandbags in a crate under a teddy bear. Duck and cover. And lucky for us, their pathing took them completely the wrong way. Or maybe they avoid that spotlight. Anyway, we're out.
There you are. You went quiet for a time. And that signal came in strong from your machine, like a heartbeat. Deathclaws hunt the marked men, and they also hunt what burrows below. Walk west into the sun, and keep walking until it dies. There, I'll be waiting.
Now, there are a couple of marked men stationed ahead, and I'd much rather they come to us than us go to them. Equip Q35 and take cover, and they'll probably wander this way to investigate Eddie. Here comes one. The other one's a named character, and he's tough. And I'm going to kill him because A, I don't want him chasing me and alerting everything on the road ahead that I'm coming, and B, he's guarding a commissary terminal where I can sell some loot, get my armor repaired, and maybe even buy some stim packs. And if I could get eyes on him, he's usually on the right side of the road, but the compass looks like he's on the left today. Get a better view from up here. Still don't see him. Oh, there he is. Shoulder-mounted minigun versus plasma rifle is not the matchup you want at long range, my friend. If you can hit me at all, it's not going to penetrate my damage threshold. There you go. Let's loot these guys and use the commissary. No microfusion cells. I wasn't expecting to make a profit off this deal, but I'll take it. And let's repair our armor. Man, the nail gun is ludicrously expensive to repair. If I find another one, I'll just do it myself. Let's get out the binoculars. There's a hole in the side of that building ahead. And at some point, we should be able to see... There he is. That's Ulysses. The implication being that he's watching your entire journey through the divide. And there he goes. Sorry, I said at the beginning this is a speed run, and I'm not going to get distracted by all the cool stuff in the DLC. And I'm not doing a very good job. So, back to the sneak as far as we can, and then run like a maniac plan. Which is right now. The guys in the leaning tower won't be a problem once we get by them, but the road ahead is swarming with deathclaws. Maybe I'm overconfident because of how the trip to the counterfeiter shack turned out, but I think we got this. You can try to detonate that warhead and, you know, catch some of them in the blast radius, but I think run screaming and spam stim packs is going to work. I was going to try to gain some ground by juking around that cargo container, but they had other ideas. And it really shoves me forward when they hit me in the back, so thank you. You know, when you get to the point in your life that being slashed in the back by a deathclaw feels like they're doing you a favor, it might be time to reconsider some of your life choices. The road we want is actually off to the left, so this should confuse their pathing nicely. The road is mined with satchel charges, which are much harder to spot than normal mines and have shorter fuses. They're mostly in these rock piles, so if I can get close enough to trigger them... Good. I was gonna say bait the deathclaws into them without setting them off myself, but so much for that. Well, it's wounded. And it's dead. Any more? Well, if just that one made it through, that was worth it. Okay. Eddie just unlocked the console from somewhere across the map. Neat trick. Whoa. Eddie, you learned that trick from the tunnelers? Just came straight up out of the ground there. Still waiting. Well, let's throw the switch. I know he said he catches up at checkpoints where you need him, but it's usually more like, here he comes, off in the distance, flying as fast as his little repulsors will carry him. That was just weird. There's endless debate about the narrative significance of the door, the missile, and does the courier have any way to know what'll happen? But I've never seen a canonical in-game reason why the switch to open the door launches the missile. But I do have a theory. This room was clearly part of the bunker until either the war or the cataclysm that created the divide blew it open. I figure in a red alert situation, the room was sealed to keep saboteurs and potential mutineers out until the missile was actually launched. At least that was their story. Level up. That kind of undermines the drama, but okay. Anyway, the real reason was to keep the launch officer in case they had second thoughts at the last minute. Maybe even under threat. Push the button or we release the gas, that kind of thing. That would be consistent with how the pre-war government is portrayed in these games. The ones in the Hopeville silo don't launch because they're down for maintenance with the iBots working on them, so they're not prepped for launch, otherwise the same thing might have happened there. And I'm doing that thing I said I wasn't going to do. Let's level up. We can afford 5 more points in energy weapons. I know we're trying to avoid XP, but when we do need to kill something, it needs to die as quickly as possible. And put the rest in medicine, because this strategy burns through stim packs as fast as we get them, and we need to make the most of every one. Bottom line, yeah, we just accidentally nuked something, and Ulysses is not going to let us live it down. Well, 7 books down, 6 to go, but we're low on stim packs, and I'm sure my armor is completely broken after those death claws used me as a scratching post for 3 miles. If it'll let us fast travel, I think it's time to repair, restock, and recuperate. Okay, we're back. And now we take a long ride on a small platform that gets swarmed with waves of tunnelers. Eddie, one of us can be a distraction while the other one zaps them, and which one of us does which part, we'll just play that by ear. Between Dr. Usanagi and Julie Farkas, I have 29 stim packs, but I'd like to have some left when we get to the bottom, so we're not getting through this without killing a few. And I still have the transportal ponder equipped. Not the best way to start. Thank you. Now, where do they come from? There's one. Ah. That knockdown effect is terrible. Oh, and again. Stop. Ugh. Yeah, that's a death sentence when you're in close quarters with a group of them. Let's try that again. 2 can play at that game. Let's test my theory that I can use the nail gun like a taser. Eddie's on top of it. There's one. Oh, so... Duh. Little bastards. Oh boy. Eddie's down. That's not good. When they're distracted, I can spare a second to look around and try to see which side the next wave is coming from, but without Eddie, the only quiet moment is between waves. Hey, I saw that. It's one thing if they drop in over the side of the cage, but that one just materialized. I thought I couldn't use stim packs when I was knocked down before, but apparently I was just too slow on the key because it's working now. I assume venomous tunnelers are venomous, but fortunately we're immune to poison. And there's the bottom, so that was the last wave. I'm back. The game crashed when I went through the door at the bottom of the lift, so let's try that one more time. This time we'll take care of the first 2 before we start the lift. They have 0 damage threshold, so the nail gun as taser theory doesn't really come into play. It just shreds them, which works for me. 3rd time's the charm. And I'm going to save here just in case it crashes again. Launch deck level 3. The book should be in the north corner. There's a safe. Locked. There it is. Big Book of Science. I'll just read that right now. The next book is on the first landing as you climb the stairwell in Sunstone Tower, and I can't imagine anybody finding this one without the wiki or a strategy guide. Is it at the bottom of this pile of pre-war books? No. It's in the bookshelf facing the wall. There's literally no way to even see it unless you use a console command to clip through the wall. You can blow it out with a grenade, which I guess could theoretically happen by accident if you're fighting the tunnelers and toss one back there, but that would require you to have a luck of 10 in real life. Let's give it a shot. Apparently the entire length of the hallway is still in the blast radius of a grenade. Great. Not surprisingly, that got the attention of more tunnelers. But did it work? No. Alright, let's try a plasma grenade. Oh, I see it. Ah, I had a prompt there for just a second. Slowly. There it was again. Right there. Yeah, like I say, it's not impossible, but the chances of this happening by accident are remote.
Hopeville, High Road, Ashton, tiny cracks in the earth, nothing compared to the road carved ahead. Ahead lies your work, the history you burned in the earth, what you brought to the people here. I know because I followed you as you walked the road, watched you do it. What happened here can happen again. You already proved it. What you did in Ashton, the silo there. Keep your eyes on the tower that cuts the horizon. You'll find your way. Made it this far. Not much farther to go.
So apparently we're the bad guy. For many couriers, it might be a shocking revelation that your carelessness destroyed a budding post-war civilization, but for Max, you know, shit happens. You can see at least 3 warheads from here, but I don't think you can see the one that actually clears the way to the next book. Let's get the binoculars out. Yeah, the warhead's down that path, and the book is in that building, I think. Well, we have to go down there sooner or later. The warhead's right around the corner. And once it goes off, we're going to be swarmed from all directions, but because the book is up a series of steep ramps and behind a bunch of obstacles, most of them won't be able to follow us. Well, as the stealth suit would say, sneaking done, fighting now. Mines. Come on, get up. Detonate faster. All right, go, go, go. Excuse me. Pardon me. Go around this corner. Oh, do not fall off. There we go. And up here. Through the building and into the sewer. Is it marked men or tunnelers in here? Tunnelers. Don't mind me. Ooh, one-shotted me. How was my health when I came in? Oh, there's your problem. Oh, where's the damn exit? Oh. Well, that was my fault. I got lost. What's that, 4 deaths for 9 books so far? Still ahead of pace. I think we might just have to kill them and accept the XP. I can't shoot when I'm staggered. 5 deaths. Okay, stop rushing, take your time, kill these guys before you try to find the exit. Q35, sneak attack, don't know how this is going to look in the video, but it's dark as hell in here on this monitor. All I can see is the tubes on the Q35. There you are. One down. Now where's your friend? Who forgot to heal again? I don't know if these guys just have a ton of health or they're resistant to energy weapons, but I should probably have been using the nail gun. With no pressure, this light obviously shows the way to the exit. Damaged eyebot, that'll have an upgrade for Eddie. Won't make much of a difference to me, but never turn down a freebie. Lights out. I don't think there are any marked men at the top, but I'd like the ones at the bottom to forget all about me too. Oh, we're in caution, but I think they're below us. Yep, there it is. Speech book. Read that. Next stop, Cave of the Abaddon. You know, I don't see red on my compass anymore. If they all went back to their normal patrol areas, any chance I can fast travel out of here to get my armor repaired? Yes. Nice. The good news is I fast traveled back to the 3rd Street Municipal Building and managed to sneak all the way over here. The bad news is the next book requires us to go through the Cave of the Abaddon, which is chock full of tunnelers and the Tunneler Queen. Let's get inside before any marked men come to investigate that explosion. Equip Q35. We have 22 stim packs. Good enough. Probably. Abaddon, by the way, can refer to a place of destruction, an archangel of the abyss, or an angel who commanded an army of locusts, all of which seem appropriate in this context. And here begins the cave proper. There's always a cluster of them below when you come in because the game wants you to try a flashbang on them, if you haven't already. But I have a different plan. This may be where Mad Max earns his nickname, but... Hey guys, I'm up here. Come get me. They're lethal in confined spaces, but the cave is fairly wide open with a lot of obstacles, and I have 22 stim packs. Come on. Up here. That's right. Around here. There they are. They won't be able to jump off this rock. By the time they go back around, they'll be at least 5 seconds behind me. And the exit is right up here. As long as I don't get stuck on the obstacles. There's an auto dock back there, but you have to kill them to use it, so no. And safe. Didn't burn a single stim pack. Just occasionally, plans do work. What do you have? Stim pack in a doctor's bag. Nice. Anyway, the book is at the top of these stairs. There it is, beside the nightstand. Read that.
Thought that explosion, that building falling deep in the divide, might have been your work. You could have turned away at any time, gone back home, and none of this would have happened. Now the signal's strong enough. I can call your machine to me. Big Mountain Access Code, Ulysses. Command override. Navarro.
And now we don't see Eddie again until the final confrontation in Ulysses' temple. Jeez, what is that guy's problem? He could have just asked. It's not like I wanted a robot. flares, we'll be seeing more marked men. But with any luck, they will not be seeing us. There's another pack of death claws between us and the waste disposal station. It'd be great if we could goad them into killing the marked men, or vice versa. Oh, they saw me. Well, that's a little too close. Get up this beam. Oh, nice. I don't know where they think they can get me, but gives me a pretty decent head start. Their pathing got confused, so... yeah, now they're going back toward the waste disposal site. Let's head back toward the pond. Beat feet. Oh, forgot there's a warhead in the way. If I get up here away from the death claws, a tri-beam laser rifle can barely penetrate my damage threshold. Abomination panics and flees. I don't know what spooked it, but I'll take it. Maybe not quite that close. Good cover in this hole. Unfortunately, that means we need to go back around the long way. There it is. This is another one of those ambush locations where the game spawns enemies behind you after you take the loot, so be ready for that. The book is hidden behind some radioactive barrels at the back. Yeah, take some Rad-X. Right here. Wasteland Survival Guide. Read that, and be prepared to fight our way out if we get cornered. Make a hole. That one's using a stealth boy. I have 2 left myself, but I'm saving them for real emergencies. Probably should have used one when I got killed 3 times in the sewers, but I didn't think of it. Hopefully they'll have trouble following me up here. The next book is at the top in the wastewater treatment plant. Keep moving so he doesn't score a direct hit with that missile launcher. Great. I don't think that was a direct hit, but it really hurt. And the entrance is one of these pipes. There we go. I don't remember if it's marked men or tunnelers in here, but I guess we'll find out. And you know what? Either way, let's get out the nail gun. If it's tunnelers, it'll shred them, and if it's marked men, we can finally test the taser theory. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hello? Anybody in here? I'm not seeing any red on the compass, which means it might be one of those places where they spawn in behind you. Is that it? Oh, tunnelers. It's supposed to be in the back office, but if it's right here... oh, that's not the book, it's just a red sign. What was that XP for? They see me. Alright, anything behind me? Oh, marked men too! Well, that didn't slow him down. Back to Q35. Can't see jack in here. I turned the game brightness all the way up earlier. I assume the lighting in this DLC was a conscious decision by the game designers. I mean, fair enough. In the Mojave, even at midnight with no moon, it's just kind of dim. You guys have anything good? Not really. And level 14. We can afford 1 more point in medicine and put the rest in guns, because even though the nail gun didn't really do the job against those marked men, it is lethal against enemies with no armor. For the perk, we'll take intense training again, but we now have all the implants, so for the first time we'll put a point in agility. More action points, and boost guns and sneak by 2 points each. Another dead marked man. tunnelers must have gotten. I bet that's where the XP came from. I've noticed this. Usually you only get XP if you or a companion kill an enemy, but if they're killed by something else, like environmental hazards, you don't, even if it really was your doing. But you get XP if they're in the blast radius when you detonate a warhead, which technically you shouldn't. I bet they have a script that checks to see if they were killed directly by the player, and if not, it gives you the XP anyway. If I remember, I'll look in the GEC later and let you know what I find. Behind the Fallen Locker. And that's the last book in Lonesome Road. Read it and see if we can find a safe place to fast travel. Now, the DLC starts with a message that you can go back to the Mojave at any time. There's graffiti all over the place that says, "You can go home, courier," and Ulysses tells us the same thing several times. But the narrative arc is that you see things through, and the somewhat controversial meta idea that this DLC plays with is that players just do whatever quest objectives the game gives them, even if they don't think it's the best way they could proceed. But in this case, Ulysses will probably be a better owner for Eddie than I was. His threats of nuclear retaliation against the NCR and Legion mean nothing because I have zero reputation with either faction. I know nothing about them except I've stolen a few books from them. And his vague hints about the tunnelers eventually infesting the Mojave are an empty threat because they abhor sunlight, and despite seeing one get the upper hand on a Deathclaw, they're clearly not the top of the food chain even around here. So I'm going to do something I bet not one player in a million does. I'm leaving, and I'm not coming back. Of course, I too have a meta reason. We already have all the books, and the XP rewards for the final 2 quests are massive, even with the lowest multiplier. Well, this is going to be a long episode, so I'm going to call it a day. Comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff YouTube wants me to tell you. It's a quest objective. It'll be in your quest log forever if you don't just do it. See you next week.